A controversial situation arises after the National Savings Bank purchases shares of the finance company. Bank employees engaged in a protest stating that discrepancies have arisen with regard to the transaction. Chairman of the NSB resigns from his post. Just because the chairman resigns, do not stop the investigation into the matter. Securities and Exchange Commission grants approval to transfer shares of the finance company to its original owners. A complaint lodged with the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery and corruption with regard to the transaction. What happened to the investigation?
Still in local news, the former army commander Sarath Fonseca says that steps have been taken to register a new political party. At a public meeting in Kurunegala yesterday, he pointed out that he will continue his attempts to create a common opposition.
Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca met with a group of businessmen in Kurunegala last afternoon. The participants raised questions from Sarath Fonseca regarding his future political plans.
අපි හැමදාම කිව්වේ ඒ නායකත්ව ප්‍රශ්නය අපව පොදුපක්ෂයට පටල ගන්න ඕනේ නැති හින්දා නායකයෙක් ගැන කතා නොකර අපි එකතු වෙමු කියලා. නායකයෙක් අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ ජනාධිපතිවරණයකට විතරයි යනකොට විතරයි.
What we always said is that we will come together as a common opposition without discussing about a leader. We will need a leader when we are contesting for the presidential elections. The public should decide who the candidate should be. It should be decided based on the will of the public. We have presented a political party to be registered. The government is posing problems towards it. However, we will take the necessary steps to create our alliance.
Minister of Higher Education S. Pirusanayake says that a group of progressive professors and lecturers are making an effort to solve the strike action by university lecturers. Speaking at an event held at the Udunura Divisional Secretariat this morning, the minister pointed out that they will be able to focus the attention of those on strike for a solution within the next 2 days.
We discussed with them yesterday as well. We don't consider them as our enemies. If we treat them as enemies, the government will be able to suppress this within 10 minutes. We do not consider this like that. No matter what, our professors have intervened and are making efforts to solve this. We believe that we will be able to focus the attention of this Lecturers Association for a solution within the next 2 days. We hope that the senior professors in universities who love the country will get the strength to do this. Especially, I would once again like to tell the University Teachers Association and lecturers that we are their friends. Let's solve this in a friendly manner and do everything for the children.
You're watching News First, and up next is Action TV.
It was last Thursday morning that a girl residing in the Veerakodiyana area in Dummalasuriya engaged in this activity together with her mother. The mother and the daughter were compelled to give a statement to an officer of the Dummalasuriya police who arrived before them even before the lapse of 24 hours. Their residential area as well as this location where they remained comes under the purview of the Madampi police division of the Puttalam district. However, the reason behind an officer from the Dummalasuriya police in the Kurunegala district interrogating them could be this house belonging to a VIP located opposite the premises in which they remained on Thursday and comes under the purview of the Dummalasuriya police. A letter which was in the hands of this girl to prove the injustice done to her bears the address of the VIP's house. The appointment letter, which states that she has been provided employment in the private staff of the North-Western Provincial Chief Minister, has been sent by the Secretary of the Governor of the North Central Province on the 19th of July 2004 through the individual who is residing in this VIP's house up to date. The mother of Priyadarshini is making this type of a request as her daughter has not yet received a job in accordance with the appointment letter. Nevertheless, the board carried by Priyadarshini expressed a deeper message than her mother's request. Shouldn't it be investigated as to whether there is any base to these allegations? The Governor of the North-Western Province, this is over to you.
Nobel laureate and Chancellor of Nalanda University, Professor Amrita Sen, and the governing board of the university have invited Milinda Moragada to assist in the establishment of the university as an advisor. The Nalanda University was an ancient center of Buddhist learning and repository of world knowledge functioning for over 800 years.
In 2009, the East Asian Summit held in Thailand formally supported the re-establishment of the Nalanda University and encouraged regional networking between the university and other centers of excellence in East Asia. In 2010, the Nalanda University Bill was passed by both houses of the Indian Parliament and received presidential assent. The eminent board of governors, headed by Chancellor Professor Amrita Sen, are presently in the process of setting up the university infrastructure. East Asian countries such as India, China, Japan, Singapore and Thailand have pledged financial support for this initiative.
A 14-year-old child died in the Aralagangul area today when he was sucked into a harvesting machine. According to the police, the victim was with his father at the paddy field at the time of the incident. The victim, identified as Madhuranga Dilshan, was a grade 9 student studying at the Polonalo Leela Ratna Vijayasinghe College and was a resident of the Aralagangula area. The police added that he was dragged into the harvesting machine when a rope had got entangled onto the victim's leg. The Aralagangula police is carrying out further investigations into the incident. The UNP has appointed opposition leaders to the Sabaragamu and North Central provinces.
According to the General Secretary of the UNP, Tisatha Nayaka, Tusita Vijayamana has been appointed as the opposition leader for the Sabaragamu Provincial Council. She is incidentally the second female opposition leader in the history of the provincial councils in the country. Meanwhile, UNP Polonnaruwa district candidate Kings Nelson has been appointed as the opposition leader of the North Central Provincial Council.
The second phase of the island-wide religious observations program organized by the United Bhikkhu Fund was held in Kurunegala today. Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca and UNP parliamentarian Karuta Surya and Dayasiri Jayasekar were present at the Mas Putta Ganga Rama Vihare for the religious observations. In sports news this evening, Sri Lankan Kumar Sangakkara walked away with 3 awards at the 9th ICC Awards 2012, which was held in Colombo this evening. Kumar Sangakkara was awarded the Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy for ICC Cricketer of the Year. Kumar Dharmasena was adjudged the ICC Umpire of the Year.
Apart from the ICC Cricketer of the Year award, Kumar Sangakkara was awarded the ICC Test Cricketer of the Year award as well as the People's Choice Award. Meanwhile, Indian Virat Kohli was adjudged the ICC's ODI Cricketer of the Year. South Africa's Richard Levy was awarded the ICC 2020 International Performance of the Year award. West Indian Sunil Narayan walked away with the ICC's Emerging Cricketer of the Year award. From the period of 4th August 2011 to 6th August 2012, the ICC awards took into account performances by players and officials in a remarkable period of the game.
Former Sri Lankan Test cricketer Sanjeev Ranatunga says that although Sri Lanka experienced a setback after their loss to India in a warm-up game for the ICC World 2020, it was evident that the management, including Maharaja Vadana, used this in a strategic manner.
Sri Lanka and India battled it out in a warm-up game for the ICC 2020 at the Pisara Oval in Colombo today. India, who won the toss and opted to bat first, posted 146 runs on the board for the loss of 5 wickets in their 20 overs. Chasing 147 runs to win, Sri Lanka could only post 120 runs as they were bundled out in 19.3 overs. Kumar Sangakkara top scored for the Lankans with 32 runs. Irfan Pathan was the pick of the bowlers for India with impressive figures of 5 for 25. India won the warm-up game by 26 runs. Former Sri Lankan Test cricketer Sanjeev Ranatunga points out that although Sri Lanka experienced a setback after today's loss, the management, including Mahela Jayawardene, tactically used this match as a practice game. As an example, Sanjeev Ranatunga pointed out that Ajantha Mendis and Akila Dhananjaya, who could make things difficult for their opponents during the tournament, were not used in this match. Sanjeev Ranatunga adds that granting an opportunity for debutant Dilshan Munawira to open the Lankan innings and also placing Kumar Sangakkara, who did not play recently owing to injury, moved to number 3 position in the lineup, would create an opportunity for more runs to be scored. He noted that the decision taken by Mahela Jayawardene to come in at number 8 would pave way for other batsmen to garner more experience and come among runs. Sanjeev Ranatunga also noted that the decision taken by the management to prepare the pitch that would suit seamers than spinners was a reason for today's loss for the Lankans.
On to some rugby news now. Sri Lanka failed to qualify into the Division 1 Under-20 Asian Junior Rugby Championship as they were defeated by Chinese Taipei in the finals of the Division 2 Under-20 Asian Junior Rugby Championship, which was held today.
Havelock Grounds, Colombo hosted the game between Sri Lanka and Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei started off the scoring and went on to lead the first half 13 points to 11. Chinese Taipei scored another 7 points in the second half, while Sri Lanka could only add another 3 points to their tally. Thereby, Chinese Taipei won the finals 20 points to 14. Chinese Taipei's 20 points comprised of 3 tries, 1 penalty and a conversion. Meanwhile, in the game played for the third place, Malaysia emerged victorious over Singapore. Malaysia won the game 18 points to 13.
Well, that's a wrap from the News First team for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. It was indeed a pleasure having you with us. I'm Arundhati Mudannayak. Good night.